In a globalized world where everyone seems to be racing to stand out, I once believed I was painfully ordinary, no remarkable talents, no brilliance, no place among people who were naturally gifted. For years, I tried desperately to fit into molds that were never meant for me. I tried to be good at math, I acted confidently whenever I stood in public, or I pretended to enjoy being surrounded by a large group of friends. However, yet behind those crafted smile, my mind often went blank, and genuine happiness felt painfully out of reach. Day after day, I wore a mask on so convincingly that pretending eventually became exhausting. I constantly compared myself to people who are more sociable and more accomplished than I was. I still remember moments when I sat together among a group of friends, talking and laughing confidently, while I quietly questioned myself whether I had to become someone else just to feel accepted. Deep down, I felt like I was living a life designed by the society's expectations rather than my own values. The turning point came when the peer pressure finally pushed me into my emotional limit. One day I realized I had spent so much time trying to become the version of success that others might admire that I no longer recognized who I truly was. At that time, I had been chasing achievements or validations simply because it looked stunning on the surface. However, a life built entirely on invitations can never truly fulfill a person. Instead, it slowly erodes one's identity and self-worth. At that moment, I understood that the problem was not I was ordinary, but that I had been rejecting the person that I truly am. Everything began to change the moment I shifted my mindset. Instead of drowning into self-doubt, I started to view learning as a way to grow rather than a way to prove my ability. I immersed myself in books, new experiences, and self-reflection, reshaping the way I viewed both success and myself. Little by little, I stopped seeking validation from others and began to focus more on becoming a better version of who I already was. Once I acknowledged my weaknesses, I started to transform myself into a lifelong learner. To me, being a lifelong learner does not mean you have to be perfect at every single thing. It means you have the courage to improve, to learn even in small ways or every single day. I learned that growth is not about suddenly becoming extraordinary overnight. It's about choosing not to give up on yourself. What makes me special in this highly competitive world is not extraordinary wealth, talent, or social status, but it is my willingness to learn, to improve, and to become a better version of myself without losing who I truly am. Nowadays, I don't solely measure happiness through the external achievements or the society's standard of success. While ambition and accomplishments still matter, I believe a genuine happiness comes from the inner peace, emotional well-being, or the chance to live authentically. Deep down, I hope the society will stop defining people based entirely on social status, wealth, or talent. Perhaps one of the greatest accomplishments is not becoming successful in the eyes of others, but it is about becoming a person who is fulfilled, healthy, and at peace with themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Đức Hạnh. I am a student of Thoại Học Hậu High School for the Gifted, An Giang Province, and today I am honored and delighted to participate in the EF Challenge 2026.